can I just say a couple things? Trump's office, when they started The Apprentice, looked like shit. And then when they came in there, the set designers were like, if we're gonna shoot here, we gotta create a fake office for you because this looks awful. There's papers piled everywhere. And basically the Trump decorating scheme for offices for both him and his son apparently is it's look busy. Just pile shit everywhere so that people think, oh my god, you must be in the middle of so many projects. Instead of, no, these are just all failed shit that we just kind of left there. But he's got Haagen-Dazs wrappers on the wall. I'm sure there's a story there. I'm sure it's really charming, guys. And I probably the first 20 he snorted blow through, which I mean you never forget. But this is Don Jr. Can you believe this is a real conversation, guys? It isn't. Vaccine passports. Here are my thoughts. We're all just so excited. By the way, I have my AirPods in because I listen to the clips that way, so we don't have feedback on the microphone. Right? He's recording these little videos on his phone. Why is he wearing headphones? He's not live streaming. These are videos he's making. What is happening? Why? What the hell?
Guys, today we're gonna...
Guys, listen. Guys. Jesus. Guys, vaccine passports. What's going on? Guys? I can't do it. Guys, guys and gals, people, what is going on with vaccine passports? The Democrats, Joe Biden, guys,
Guys,
guys. Jesus. Oh, God. Guys. Guys, I'm gonna be doing that. Oh. I'm gonna be doing that all day. Guys. Guys. Sorry. Holy shit. Thank you, Diana. Guys.
today we're gonna talk the vaccine.
Today we're going to talk the vaccine. I took a class that told me to use my hands more when I speak because people will believe that this is passion. They like when my father does it, and therefore, normally I try to speak a little deeper, but I forgot everything that I learned in speech class because I've just done coke. Guys, that's the other thing. Shit. You ever see when he does this weird shoulder slice thrusting? Guys, this whole thing is totally high as a kite. Guys.
Vaccine passports. What they are, what they aren't, what could actually happen, what it sounds and all.
What I'm reading from this piece of paper to try and do a 5-minute video because I can't keep one idea straight in my head without going way off track because Dad snorted all the Adderall and I don't have any left, guys.
An awful lot like, because Americans have to fully understand what it...
They have to fully understand, guys. They have to understand that just because you grow a beard doesn't make your chin bigger. Some people grow a beard, makes their chin look smaller. Guys, it just happens.
Is going on here, okay?
Wait, what's happening here? Hold on, pause, roll through, scroll to my prepared statement that was provided to me by Dan Scavino. Guys.
It's absolutely insane to me, but we got to make sure we don't let the Democrat Party and our politicians turn America into China.
Yeah, because totally China. What?
Any Republican not vocally and aggressively fighting this nonsense really should find a new line of work, because this is the hill to die on as far as I'm concerned.
Vaccine passports are the hill to die on. An app on your phone that shows that you've got the vaccine instead of you having to carry around a piece of paper to get into certain things over the next 8 months while we try to get out of this shit. This is the hill to die on. And what's he gonna... And by the way, in carrying forward the hill to die on analogy
is what you want to do is, if you're going to die on a hill, is you want to run up the hill with people from your own side, okay? And then you want to turn around immediately and open fire on all of them, because if they're not all the way up the hill yet, they deserve to die, okay, guys?
For our freedoms. This could be one of the biggest potential infringements of our liberties if enacted. That certainly...
If enacted. By the way, it's not being enacted. It's being made available.
I've seen in my lifetime.
When was our last Kimberly Guilfoyle sighting? I think it was CPAC.
Guys.
It's
literally antithetical to the American concept of liberty.
Antithetical? Son of a bitch.
Guys, it's antithetical. It's anthemic.
And let's be clear, this has nothing to do with whether you're pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine.
Clearly it is.
I'm not talking about that in the slightest.
I'm not talking about anything in the slightest. Guys, I had to make a video today and I'm out of ideas. So Dan Scavino sent me some ideas to do for you. Okay, guys? Okay?
When did he die and become a Dana Carvey character?
Guys, so much, all the thing, hit one note also.
This is about whether you believe
in your aunt thesis or not. Your uncle thesis and your aunt thesis.
our country should continue to be a country that honors the ideals of our founders in defense of personal liberty and freedom, or if America is going to go down the same authoritarian path as communist China. It is that simple.
It's a little more complicated than that, but please simplify it for us, simple man. Simple man.
Folks, that's where we're at.
Where we are. It's where we are. It's not where we're at. You don't end a sentence with a preposition, I'm just saying.
First thing to understand about vaccine passports is...
Okay, the first thing, guys, get your notes out. Okay. My Kindle is in charge, but I'll just pretend I'm I'll do it with, the only pen I have is a highlighter. I'll just write on my phone and highlighter. It'll work. You can't even see the end of it because of the yellow. It's like magic. Oh my God. Right.
They're not talking about them simply for international travel like the media seems to be portraying. They're talking about using them to restrict travel and commerce domestically, here in America.
Are they're talking about using them to restrict travel? Who's they? The government? The government is doing this? Or the businesses themselves that don't want giant outbreaks at their gatherings?
As a citizen could be limited. It's not just a piece of paper, and if you look closely, it's clear to me that it goes so...
Well, it's not even a piece of paper. It's an app, largely, is what they've been talking about, with a QR code on it that maintains your privacy, but you have one associated with it, and therefore, if you borrow somebody else's and you've been lying, they can bust you for it. If it's required to get into someplace, and people have the right to do that. Again,
guys, private businesses do not have the right to deny service to anyone unless they're black or queer, okay? Let's be clear.
So much further than that, but they're not telling you that part again, okay? This is very different than saying, if you go to a public school, you have to be vaccinated.
Is it? Is it? Because it's kind of almost exactly like that. It's just for grown-ups. Only kids tend to deal with this a lot better than
It's not the same.
It's not the same, guys.
This would restrict millions of people's right to travel domestically.
No, you just need a negative COVID test. It would just make it easier. It's like TSA.
Engage in even the simplest form of commerce.
But even the simplest form of commerce. Like
Matt Getz, when he Venmo'd a college student. He might not be able to do that without some sort of papers, please.
Right? That's what's going on here. This would, in effect...
I wouldn't be able to take that 20,
sorry,
roll it up and snort some blow through it without having to show my dealer my vaccine passport. That's so wrong, guys.
In fact, create a two-tiered caste system in America.
A caste system. Motherfucker, your dad lives in a gold-leafed apartment. He lives at a golf club. A caste system. What are you talking about?
This is the sort of stuff that...
You believe in the caste system. You created your own version of the caste system.
Americans have tried to avoid since our founding. This would be the birth of a Chinese-like social credit system.
No, it wouldn't. If you're vaccinated and you're an asshole, they can't stop you from coming in for being an asshole unless you act an asshole. And I get that's why you took it personally. I see.
In the United States of America. And who would it really affect? Let's talk about that, because most polling shows that the people most hesitant to get the vaccine are actually lower income African American, Hispanic, and white Americans. So in effect, the liberal elites in the Biden administration and on the coast and corporate woke America.
That's a big group of people. I mean, basically, you know, everybody does get their vaccine card, but people are worried about it, you know, losing it or getting torn up. And like they tell you when you get it to take a picture of it, so you have a picture of it on your phone. But you don't necessarily want to show someone your birth date every time you show them who you are on something. So having a QR code that proves that you've done it that's linked up with your phone number is a much more private way of doing it. If you want to fly, and again, nothing's stopping you from driving all the way across the country, asshole. It's just if you want to fly, in some cases, which they're not even asking for.
Would be restricting the rights of a disproportionately lower income Americans and minorities.
Which the Biden administration, guys, is trying to get vaccinated at a higher rate. So if they do that because they know fewer of them, then the airplanes will be full of black people and nobody will be able, you'll have to drive to NASCAR in a rented van.
How is that right? How is that fair? Now, the Biden administration claims the government won't be mandating this, they won't mandate the passport, and that since it's private companies that would be enforcing them, it's totally fine and legit. Well, guys, that's BS.
Oh my God. Private, that's BS, guys. Totally BS. Private companies they can't say no shoes, no shirt, no shit, no vaccine, no service.
Total nonsense. It doesn't matter if it's the government or private sector who institute this caste system.
Well, it kind of does. First of all, the caste systems are usually social, but there is not a material caste system in our government. We have equal protection under the law. So there would be, there are elements of it that if it did create such a system, it would fail under a Supreme Court test. Obviously. No one's trying for that. But a private company saying, I don't want anybody to come in here to my swingers club and cough all over everybody. We have enough diseases to fight here. We'd like to limit it to those. Yeah.
It's still wrong. And every conservative, libertarian, and...
Libertarians, for those of you who don't know, that's when a Libra runs for office. Or should they? I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I'm really on the fence about it. I mean, I know I should, but there's so many negatives as well, and who needs that kind of attention? And yet, I feel I could serve. That's a libertarian. A libertarian. Dude, reshoot the video. Start at the top. You're only 3 minutes in. It's only 5 minutes. You got... Your day's open. You don't have shit to do. What do you got? Projects? What are you doing? Building buildings? You guys haven't built one since your grandfather died.
And frankly, freedom-loving American worth a damn should...
Yeah, the freedom-loving Americans who aren't worth a damn aren't gonna care, obviously.
Oppose these passports vehemently. Conservatives must fight them like...
Dude, if you're having trouble reading it, read through it a couple of times, then do the video. Read it out loud. Walk around the office. You're alone. Nobody wants to talk to you anyways. Even when you stick your head out, your secretary's like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like, everybody pisses off as soon as you come down the hallway. Nobody wants to be around you. So you got plenty of free time. Just yell out the whole thing. I find sometimes when you're memorizing things that saying stuff out loud in an overtly loud voice sometimes clears out the dust because, and that's a little tip for you guys that don't know how actors memorize lines sometimes. What you do is you do it overly loud and overly repetitive. You do the same sentence 3 times loudly in a row. I'm doing Shakespeare next month, so I've got a lot of stuff to memorize, and it's been on the front of my frontal lobe lately. But that's one of the ways you do it,
guys.
Like hell. And they should launch campaigns against any and every corporation that buckles to government pressure and adopts this passports, okay?
Okay.
They're not buckling to government pressure.
We've seen Republicans finally pushing back on woke corporate America. It's time. We should be calling on every GOP governor, senator, congressman, whatever, to take, like Ron DeSantis' lead to outlaw the implementation of these tyrannical passports by private companies in their states.
Yeah, that's just because in their states doesn't cover cruise ships, which is what they're actually for. Most of the people who are going to be using these things are for cruise ships. And technically speaking, they're in the water. So they're not, and they're all from, technically Norwegian ships or British ships.
Guys.
Also, while
Also,
the government may not be enforcing them, they are literally the ones setting the standard and essentially pressuring corporate America to adopt them.
essentially, they're not, but whatever.
Don't be confused by the name, guys.
Guys, don't be confused by the name, guys. Be confused by my weirdly parallel hand gestures. I totally did this in front of a mirror to try and fix all my problems, and none of it worked.
They're not talking about physical passports, a little piece of paper either.
No, they're not talking about a little piece of paper. You can't have a teeny pope with you everywhere you go.
Where I think
Hal doing Woody Allen. I'm not, maybe that's a bit of his New York thing. Yeah.
this is eventually going is they're talking about a digital passport. In effect, they're trying to create a digital track and trace system
Like Venmo? Is that making you nervous?
right here in the United States of America so they know where you are and what you're doing. What makes this especially dumb,
Dude, they already do. You're filming this on your fucking phone, you putz.
is it will likely result in less people actually
Hal's doing Jackie Mason.
getting vaccinated because of the issues that we said would deter them, as I mentioned earlier.
Should we roll back and look at that again, or because I'm a little confused?
Americans don't like being forced to do things, and this
We're not being forced to do things. Don't go. If you hate those businesses and you think they're being woke, don't go. If enough people do it, they won't make money. Of course, thanks, James. Oh, beautiful day in the Great Barrier Reef. When are you coming down? As soon as bloody possible. I'm not kidding. I'd like to know. Remember when Jackie Mason came out as a racist? Remember?
this would almost assuredly have the opposite
Thank you,
of its
Breakout 16.
Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay?
I'm not kidding. Watch the next time he's on if you have to.
And he does this weird, guys, it's all in the shoulder, okay? You don't want to, okay, guys.
its intended effect, and that its proponents are hoping for. The solution is simple. America was built on freedom and individual choice. Let the people who want to get the vaccine get it, and those who don't want them can choose not to get it.
Guys, if you want to go to school with black people, you can. But let the people who don't want to go to school with black people stop the black people from going to their school. Guys, America was built on freedom, okay? Okay? How hard is this? Let the people who want to make America a white Christian country make it a white Christian country, and let those who don't stay in Canada along with the Chinese, okay? Guys.
Again, I'm not taking a position for or
I'm not taking a position for or against. That's because your dad got the vaccine and so did you, you dickhead.
against. I'm just saying that's a fundamental American freedom.
Yeah, it is a freedom. Companies and individuals who only want to hang around with people they know won't get them sick, or get their friends sick, or give them something that, depending on how long the immunity works, will bring that in and aren't, practicing best measures, that they want to stay away from those people.
Segregation, something I used to be very much for. Guys.
That's right. There is a difference between America and communist China, and we got to make sure.
Size, number of people, racial homogeny. No, it's got to be something else.
We remember that. Wake up, guys. Keep watching.
Wake up and keep watching. Way to end it, man. That was rock solid.